What's up, you guys? Welcome to the May 27th edition of NBA 3-Ball presented by Establish the Run. I'm your host, Mike Gallagher. Get ready to preview the 3-game Thursday slate. We'll get some recap in with some games coming up on Saturday that I won't have a 3-ball for. Might do a Twitter Voices on my Twitter, so keep an eye out on that. Maybe I do something, who knows? I'm always one to talk about basketball. But yeah, let's get to the preview here in around 10 minutes. Probably going over. Hit the thumbs up and subscribe, please. And yeah, going to preview the Bucks and Heat game, and the Bucks are favored by 2. I think that's a good line to bet the Bucks. It's such an advantage here. Eric Spoelstra talked about how they're getting killed on the glass, and the starters in particular are killing them. 61 total rebounding, 34 offensive rebounding rate is ridiculous. So I don't think it's crazy to start Dwayne Dedmon. That might sound like a hot take, but they need size out there. Dedmon can space the floor. They need that as well. Trevor Ariza is not helpful. He's getting killed on defense. He's not doing much on offense. There's no reason to play him. And we saw his minutes get cut, and we saw a little bit of that. So we'll see if we can get some Bam at the 4. I think Dedmon's a punt, obviously. Jimmy's getting shut down. He can't score on drives. 2 games in a row, he's been scoring mid-single digits on drives. And he didn't get to the line as much in game 2 as well. So Bam's getting locked up. He's not getting near the rim anymore either. The Bucks defense is just too good. So we've seen Duncan Robinson and Dragic play pretty well. I think they got to up Dragic's minutes. They kind of have no choice here. Hero's been a ghost. Kendrick Nunn's been getting roasted on defense. Obviously Robinson is too. But a lot of changes. We know Spoelstra, when the back is against the wall, he will go out there. Maybe he plays Bielitsa. Maybe he starts Iguodala. Something. You can't play Ariza this many minutes in DFS either. To the Bucks side of this, when the Bucks starters are facing the Heat starters, it's only been 19 minutes. But Giannis, 44 points per 36. Small sample, I know, but high usage rate, 34 usage rate in this series. Has a 30-plus usage rate in every quarter, including a 45.5 in the fourth quarter so far. So if this game is close, I expect Giannis to kind of pound him into the ground to put him away. He's got to the rim 14 times in game 2. He's even just 1 of 17 on jumpers. So the way he's played could be so much better. So they're going to do a lot of things to cover Giannis to take him away. I don't know if it matters. He's just playing on another level right now, MVP stuff. But expect Middleton to be better. Maybe if they run so much aggressive coverages to him, Middleton could step up. We know Drew has seen a lot of Jimmy Butler, so his scoring's capped, but did have the 15 assists, 19 potential assists on those, so he got a little bit lucky. And then we know Brook Lopez, if the game's close, should play a pretty good amount of minutes. The rotation got a little funkier because of Bryn Forbes being so hot. Certainly don't expect that to repeat. 2 great late games tonight with the Lakers hosting the Suns, and obviously Chris Paul's injury is the headline. Monty Williams said he had to take him out because he wasn't passing as well as he normally did, wasn't dribbling, wasn't moving, wasn't running like normal. So this is bad. We saw that heat pad on him. We saw his minutes get cut down in the second half to open up Cameron Payne, who played awesome. So yeah, gotta expect that he'll be limited, which is good news statistically for Devin Booker. Per 36 without CP3's 29, 5, and 8 assists. Better efficiency too. It's very uncharacteristic for a Chris Paul kind of co-star to have better efficiency without him. So Booker, we know he can cook KCP. They're going to kind of let him just do it and kind of limit their shooting. That was kind of the plan. So I think Booker's in a really good spot. We know he's playing a ton of minutes right now. So if this game stays close, it should be pretty close. He should be active. DeAndre Ayton also just getting fed. 18 paint touches per game in the playoffs. A little bit up per minute from where he was. 82% of his buckets were assisted. So really good work from the team to get him going. And then just crazy minutes in the second half. Got to 42 total minutes. And they want to get him in there. He'll get a lot of Andre Drummond. Andre Drummond's been a really good guy to take advantage of DFS-wise. So Ayton playing the volume he is should be pretty good here. We saw Cameron Johnson cut into Mikal Bridges. Don't expect that to continue here. And then, campaign certainly could be an option. We know Chris Paul could be limited again. Got the probable tag. But, maybe we'll see what happens. To the Lakers side of this, and the headline to me, just besides AD playing great and balling out, was going big. They didn't really go small until late. I kind of interpreted it as a perimeter play to kind of keep the Suns from shooting threes on them and cutting into the lead that way. So Yeah, we're going to see a lot of Drummond. Drummond had one of his best games. Vogel really talked to him after the game. They liked his presence to limit Ayton. And they said that they went big so often because of DeAndre Ayton, and they really wanted to win the rebound battle. So I think we're going to see a lot of Drummond again. I know I've been kind of saying don't play Drummond. I mean, I'm not with that anymore. I think Drummond's in play. He's going to have a tough time repeating what he did. I thought everything kind of worked out in his favor. But yeah, Gasol also was a pretty big impact to limit Ayton. So those guys should be looking at pretty good minutes here again. With AD was still fine. We saw what he did. Got to the line 21 freaking times. Looked really, really good. Teammates got him more involved. Got much better spacing. They kind of pulled guys away to put him more on an island, almost ISO style. So that was a good adjustment. LeBron James still not driving the way we want him to do it. And he actually had 30% of his points off turnover. So his half-court game since he's come back hasn't really been there as a scorer. So that's going to cap his upside. Potential assists is still pretty good. Rebounding rate's not that great. So I think LeBron's a little risky. You can't really be aggressive on him, in my opinion. But yeah, it's LeBron. I could be entirely off base here just because LeBron could come out, home crowd. We know LeBron is capable of doing a lot of things that most, or all humans basically, aren't capable of doing. To the NBA TV game, and the headline here is, how is Dame going to be covered? We saw Aaron Gordon really guard him a lot in the second half, and that really limited the Blazers' scoring. They were hanging like 135 offensive rating in the first game, but they only had a 104.3 defensive rating in the second half. That's their second lowest output in a second half since April 8th. So we're almost talking 2 full months. So that was kind of wild to see, but yeah, I don't think that really bothers me with Dame. You know, he'll play off-ball assist rate, probably gets cut down a little bit. But a couple years ago, they really talked about making CJ more of the on-ball guy to integrate Dame off-ball. It kind of fizzled out a little bit, but it's a thing they've tried to do in certain matchups like this one when they know that Dame is going to be trapped and heavily covered. So I think they'll be ready for it with that, which sets CJ up really well. You'll see probably a lot of Facu, a lot of Monte, which isn't great, but Monte's it's fine. And then also Austin Rivers, whatever combination. So all those guys are a step up from whatever he'd be getting if he's going to get more ball responsibility. So certainly, like CJ, also helps Norm and Robert Covington. Those guys should get more looks, more transition opportunities as well if the game is faster with Monte Morris. Talk about that in a second. But yeah, Covington kind of benefits most here because he was Aaron Gordon's main guy. So he'll be wide open a lot. So if you want some defense, possibly with some threes, I think Roko's a solid option. A lot of interesting aspects on the Nuggets side. Certainly the Joker is just crushing right now. Nothing really new to say there. I thought it was fun that in his minutes without Nurkic out there, he scored 60 points per 36. It's only minutes in the teens, but fun stat. 32, 14, and 4 with Nurk, so still pretty freaking good. But yeah, we know he'll be really busy. Monte Morris is interesting here. The minutes cap is basically gone. We saw him get 30 minutes. I think he plays even more here, and it's interesting to see that the pace during the season with him and Joker was a couple possessions faster, but in this small sample size, again, tiny sample size, I know, but 105.7 pace with Monte and Joker, 91.8 without him. That was with Millsap for a lot of times for Monte Morris. He's also been playing faster without him, too. So, yeah, I think Monte definitely helps this offense if minutes of him is going to be gone. And then also, MPJ's been covered really, really well. Norm Powell and Rocco doing a good job on him. He's faced tight defense on 10 of 15 of his threes. So that's going to be tough, man. He's not getting those clean looks. He could shoot over him, but they're putting him in a tough spot because they're basically just letting Joker kind of be a one-man band there. To the Wednesday basketball action, Sixers bloodbath, pretty easy line to bet. A couple injuries to monitor. Tobias Harris tweaked his ankle. I thought it was really minor. Did go back, got taped up, looked fine. While Seth Curry's injury looks a little bit like it could cost some time here, especially with the Sixers 2-0 and given, it's a Curry. You want to be careful with him. So if he's limited, there's a lot of ways it could go here. Cork Moss, we know they like him for spacing. But they do have Matisse Thybulle. My God, Thybulle. 5 blocks, 4 steals for him. And 20 minutes, the guy just got a gift for defensive stats, and he'd benefit here. They'd want to have another defender against those guards, so that makes a lot of sense to get him out there to help out. Tyrese Maxey would maybe benefit a little bit more too, but we'll see. George Hill also would benefit here. We know they like him off the second unit, a little bit of overlap with him and Ben. Speaking of Ben, great freaking game, man. Really bounced back, got hot early. No surprise, this is his style of game, up-tempo style. Defense is really kind of running around, created some lanes for him to get into, so big time from him. Quiet game from Joel Embiid. Did get a little thrusting action that was hilarious, but this team's just too good against the Wizards. Wizards get crushed, no surprise. Bradley Beal continues to do some damage here. The guy's locked in, driving, scoring off drives. He's been just on another level as a scorer. Russell Westbrook hurt his ankle. Said he's hurt this ankle before, so something to watch. And, maybe he misses time. That would obviously put Ish Smith in a fantastic spot. Bradley Beal as well would get hard defensive coverages, but it doesn't matter. We've seen what he's done to Matisse Thybulle and Ben Simmons. Like, it doesn't matter. Bradley Beal is freaking awesome. So, would be busy. Davis Bertans, man, that contract's looking worse than Cristiano Felicio's contract right now. But, Rui Hachimura foul trouble, been terrible, and this team's just going to get roasted. Go New York, go New York, go. Derrick Rose comes up with 39 minutes, 26 points, just an awesome game from him. Started the second half with Taj Gibson over Nerlens Noel, and Taj was pretty good. A lot of energy plays, as he usually does, and Tibbs likes to keep those guys together with his bench unit. Alec Burks certainly took a step back, missed some shots, but played pretty well overall. Reggie Bullock, big impact game after his minutes got cut too. And Julius Randle got hard doubled, still came up with a better second half here. But yeah, just Derrick Rose was the hero. Hawks-wise, just left Trae Young and Bogdan out for too long. That proved costly. And just missed threes. They couldn't make any threes to close this game. Hunter missed a bunch. Bogdan missed a bunch. They started to trap Trae hard after not doing so for most of the game. So we'll see if there's more of that coverage. I don't know if it even matters. Gallinari was horrible defensively when he can't make shots. Almost Bertans-like, just he's a liability out there. I thought Kevin Huerter earned playing time. He was really active. Had a big shot late in the game, 3 blocks. He's been one of their main defenders, so possibly a guy who could help out. Obviously, John Collins picked up some quick fouls, 3 fouls in, I believe, his first 3 minutes of play. Really cut him down. Trae's a beast. Capella also 5 blocks. He was really good on the defensive end. It's going to be real fun in Atlanta. Jazz beat the Grizzlies, but oh boy, John Morant drops 47. Scored more points in his first 2 career playoff games than any player since the NBA merger. He's ridiculous. They're running more screen and roll with him. That was kind of the headline after game 1, and they did it again, and he just killed them. Mike Conley could not cover him. Got to the line 20 times. It was awesome from him. Dylan Brooks still plays pretty well. Jaren Jackson still kind of a little clumsy, but gets pretty useful minutes for them, and the bench got killed here. Jazz beat the Grizzlies, but oh boy, John Morant drops 47. Scored more points in his first 2 career playoff games than any player since the NBA merger. He's ridiculous. They're running more screen and roll with him. That was kind of the headline after game 1, and they did it again, and he just killed them. Mike Conley could not cover him. Got to the line 20 times. It was awesome from him. Dylan Brooks still plays pretty well. Jaren Jackson still kind of a little clumsy, but gets pretty useful minutes for them, and the bench got killed here.